There was once a samurai who had everything: honor, skill, a respected master, a name that carried weight. And in a single night, he lost it all. His village burned behind him. His brothers in arms were gone. His master lay silent beneath the ash of war. And for the first time in his life, he felt useless. Not defeated, useless. He wandered for days. No armor, no banner, no purpose. Only the sound of his own footsteps and the unbearable noise inside his mind. Most men believe pain comes from loss, but pain does not come from losing something. Pain comes from losing who you think you are. And this samurai had built his entire identity on strength, status, and recognition. Now he had none. So he did what most men do when they lose everything. He tried to fight the feeling. He trained harder. He pushed his body beyond exhaustion. He swung his blade at invisible enemies in the forest. But the harder he tried to prove himself, the more empty he felt. One evening, collapsing beside a quiet river, he noticed something. The water did not fight the rocks. It did not resist the obstacles. It flowed around them. And yet, over time, it shaped them. That night, the samurai understood something most men never learn. Strength is not force. Strength is presence. He had spent his life trying to be sharp like a sword, but now life was asking him to become steady like a mountain. So he stopped running. He stopped trying to regain his old name. He stopped trying to impress ghosts. Instead, he began to sit. Every morning before the sun rose, he knelt in silence. No audience, no praise, no validation. Just breath, just awareness, just the discipline of staying. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. The chaos inside him grew quieter. Not because his problems disappeared, but because he stopped wrestling them. And in that silence, he discovered something terrifying. He was never the title. He was never the armor. He was never the approval of others. Those were decorations. He was the discipline. He was the will. He was the awareness observing it all. And awareness cannot be destroyed. Years later, travelers began to whisper about a warrior who lived alone near the mountains. They said he moved without tension, spoke without ego, fought without anger. Bandits who challenged him left disarmed, not dead, because he no longer needed to prove anything. The most dangerous man is not the one who wants victory. It is the one who is no longer afraid of loss. This samurai had already lost everything, so nothing could control him. Not insults, not failure, not rejection, not isolation. He was free, and freedom is the highest form of power. Most men spend their lives trying to gain more money, more attention, more validation. But the samurai became powerful by subtracting. Less ego, less noise, less attachment, until all that remained was presence. And presence is unshakable. You think you are broken because something ended, a relationship, a job, a dream. But maybe life is not destroying you. Maybe it is removing what you were never meant to depend on. The samurai did not become unbreakable when he was winning. He became unbreakable when he stopped resisting loss, when he stopped chasing identity, when he chose discipline over drama, silence over reaction, purpose over pride. And the truth is, you are at your strongest when you have nothing left to prove, when you can sit alone without distraction, when you can lose and not collapse, when you can rebuild without bitterness. That is when you become dangerous. Not to others, but to your old self. So if you feel like you've lost everything, good. Now you can build yourself properly. Not from ego, not from fear, but from awareness. Stand still. Breathe. Let the fire burn what is false. And when the ashes settle, rise without needing applause. Like the samurai who lost everything and became unbreakable.